Dictionary.
And hit the take the overlay off. All right, and hello, movie lovers. And with me, I have Motor City Nerds with me. So hello to everyone, Abby.
Hi, everybody. We're trying our best over here. That's all we can do.
Yes, we are. I'm training Abby, and she's doing a fantastic job so far. If only her computer would stop telling her to look for a dictionary. But anyways, guys, welcome to Movie Lovers React. Tonight, we're actually reacting to the Elvis trailer that dropped about 2 weeks ago. I know I'm late to the party, but a movie reviewer is never late, nor is he early. He arrives just as he means to. So, yes, that's a little bit of a Hobbit joke, but I don't care. But going ahead, I know you didn't know that this even existed, right?
No, I had no idea that there was an Elvis biopic coming out. I had no clue. I really didn't. When you said Elvis, I was like, maybe this is a typo.
No, but then this is actually for real.
Because they did what? Bohemian Rhapsody, Rocket Man. So it's like, it makes sense to me, that's for sure. But I just didn't know they were doing this. No.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, Tom Hanks is going to be in this movie. He plays Elvis's manager, to be honest with you.
That's a heavy hitter. I wasn't expecting for Tom Hanks to be in this, but
there you go.
So you're telling me I didn't hear about an Elvis movie, which is kind of a big deal, or that Tom Hanks is involved. But okay, I'm real good at this.
Okay, so let's see what we have. I can't wait to dive into this trailer and see what your initial thoughts are. This is my first time reacting to this trailer, so let's see what we have.
Okay. Is this working?
No. Just don't forget to hit the share screen.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Share. What? Okay. Here we go. Can you see it?
No. You have to go in. After that, you have to do the share screen.
Yep.
No, add. No. You don't have to do the share screen. Go in here and do the add. Press add. Remember, add to stream?
Oh, yeah, I'm dumb. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm dumb too, though, because I'm the one who's teaching you, and I'm a bad teacher.
No, you're not a bad teacher. I don't know what I'm doing. So now are we good?
Yeah, we're good now. Now we can actually see what we have.
This is full screen for you, and we're all good to go?
Yep, we're all good to go.
Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
There are some who make me out to be the villain of this here story. Let's don't let a good thing die. Are you born with destiny? Or does it just come knocking at your door? He's a young singer from Memphis, Tennessee. Give him a warm hayride welcome. Mr. Elvis Presley.
Get a haircut, buttercup.
At that moment, I watched that skinny boy transform into a superhero.
Look, hey, he's got it down. Whoa.
He was my destiny. I wish to promote you, Mr. Presley. Are you ready to fly?
I'm ready. Ready to fly.
Tomorrow, all of America will be talking about Elvis Presley.
You gotta give him credit. He's got the moves.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there we go. There it is.
Oh.
see what your famous white boy.
Grace is God given, so there can't be nothing wrong with it.
Martin Luther King has been shot.
Oh, they're going there.
Tragedy.
So they're going with the timeline. Okay.
It has
Yeah, but they're-
everything to do with us.
Yeah, they're doing the.
Oh, they're really going there. Okay.
My darling, I've hungered for your touch.
Brother once told me, when things are too dangerous to say, sing.
Time goes by.
Long before the show,
Oh my God.
and nobody's gonna remember me.
Can do so much.
I need to get back to who I really am.
Still love.
And who are you, us?
Ooh, they're doing the war and everything.
Yeah.
This can all be over in a flash.
Oh,
Damn.
that was cool.
Yeah.
That gave me chills a little
The
bit.
same, you and I. We are two odd, lonely children reaching for eternity.
The greatest show on earth.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I'm there. I can dig it. Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, that was perfect. You did great on that.
Oh,
But
thanks.
yeah,
No,
this looks
I really-
fantastic, Abby. I'm going to be honest with you. They're
I'm
doing this.
shocked.
Me too. Because I don't know if you remember ABC out years back, right? Where they made an Elvis biopic and it was made for TV and it sucked.
See, that's the thing is like I mean I'm okay. My mom is like a Johnny Cash. She's not huge into Elvis, but
My aunt is into Elvis. She loves
my
Elvis.
grandma really liked Elvis, and she got me like an Elvis Snuggie one year for Christmas, and I was like, no, I like Elvis just fine, but like I didn't have an appreciation for him. Is what I'm trying to say until I got like older, and that's what I mean. When some of those songs were coming in, I was like, oh no, and then I think people forget like, no, Elvis was great. There's a reason why he's called the king of rock and roll. Like he's great, but what's funny is my ex's grandma, who hated me. I'm just gonna be real with you guys. She just didn't like me. I think she just thought I was being shifty when I wasn't. But she was obsessed with Elvis, and she used to live in his basement. And when he like shifted down to there, the entire thing was done in Elvis. And so it's like I was always just like, why are we always surrounded by Elvis? And he's like, it's all my grandma's stuff. And I was like, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Like whatever. But I didn't have an appreciation for him until I got older. But he always reminds me of that. I'm like, oh yeah, remember all those paintings and shit we had? But I'm shocked that they are like touching on everything.
Mhm.
And I tried to write a couple things down, and I really appreciated that they were putting the gospel thing in, because I think a lot of people forget that too, is that like, that's how we started, was with gospel music and everything like that. And I really like that they're tying it in with things that were going on. I didn't think they were going to cover that much time. I really didn't. Like,
I have a feeling this is going to be like a 2.5 hour movie, especially with everything they're covering. They're covering his war. You're covering him being a gospel singer. And I remember when I wasn't born during that time, but I remember hearing stories of the fact that they didn't want to take the gamble on doing like a gospel album or anything. And they wanted him to just do rock and roll. He goes, no, I'm more than just that. That's what I was raised with. And he takes the risk and he shoots through the gospel charts on the billboards.
no, yeah, that was his big thing. That was his thing. His mom got him really into gospel music and singing in the church and everything like that. And so I really liked that.
Me
and
too.
It's one of those things where it's like, no, it's a known fact that yes, Elvis was taking from Black creators. And so the fact that you are actually weaving that in with characters and addressing it and you're not shying away from it, I appreciate that, because
Me too.
You could very easily touch on that, maybe throw a character or two in and then go away from it. But with this, it seems like not only are you touching on it, but we're going to bring up JFK, we're going to bring up Martin Luther King, we're going to tie all this together. And it's like, oh, this, yeah, I think you're absolutely right. This is easily going to be 2.5, if not 3 hours. I could definitely see people sitting through the people. I mean, they did it for other things, and I definitely think people will come out for this. And his moves, like you
The
said.
kid can move. I mean, the dude did him perfect on this.
Oh,
to be honest with you,
yeah. Because I'm not gonna lie. For a second, I was like, okay, I don't know if I. Not that this is a bad looking man or anything in any way, shape, or form, but I was like, okay, I don't know if of the look, but I was like, okay, really young, and I mean, it's Elvis, so of course I'm gonna think kind of off. But then I was like, no, he looks great. I was like, he looks great. But the second you said he has the moves, I was like, oh no, he has this down. And then I feel like the second he got into like a little bit older Elvis look, that then he looked perfect to me. And
yeah,
it's like, no, I get it. I 100% I get it. But
the makeup looks fantastic. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, the aging process of him doing it and stuff like that looks fantastic. The cinematography looks great. Everything looks fantastic with this movie.
I was
I
gonna
wouldn't
say-
be surprised if this movie doesn't make over $200 million easy at the box office. And also, too, I have a feeling that this is actually going to be an Academy Award contender up against the Batman.
Oh, I could see that. And honestly, I said that on my spoiler review on my channel. I was like, if Batman doesn't get nominated, that's wrong. But I could definitely see that this being a contender for Oscars for sure. And
Me too.
like you said with the cinematography, I really liked the symmetrical feel that they were going with some of these shots, like in the carnival with the iron and things all around him a few times. That was really
It's very
cool.
atmospheric.
Yeah,
You makes you put you right in the timeline of who Elvis is, who he is. Tom Hanks as the person who winds up taking Elvis's life.
and
Everything
kind
too
of
as the man.
after the Forrest Gump thing.
Right.
That's kind of cool. I like that.
Yeah. That is pretty cool. A
Having
little
your
foreshadowing.
Yeah, I like that. Having your run-in with Elvis with the Forrest Gump thing, and now you're his mentor. Okay, I can appreciate that.
Me
But
too.
This is a true story. My neighbor, I have a cabin, and my neighbor was in the that was the war Elvis was in, right? Korea. That's that time frame.
Yeah,
Either
around
way,
that time.
I remember we don't have like a TV or anything up there. It's just the lake and everything, which it should be, but whatever. I was sitting out on my dock, and I was probably like 11, and George came walking up to me out of nowhere and just goes, "What are you doing?" And I was like, just waiting for Mom to make dinner. And he's like, "It's Elvis's birthday or something. That's all they're playing on TV." And I was like, "Oh, well, we don't have a TV, George." And he was like, "Well, you're lucky." And I was like, "Oh, you don't like Elvis?" And he goes, "No, I saw him once." And I was like, "What do you mean you saw him once?" And I always remember this, and that's why I was waiting for it. I was like, "Is it going to show up?" And it was right before he went overseas, and he said that he was at a drive-in. They were on base, and he went to the drive-in, and they shut the movie off, and George was all pissed, and a pink Cadillac pulled up. And this was before Elvis got really big, and they shut down the drive-in for Elvis to do this performance. He's like, "I'm leaving." So he left and went to some diner, and then that pink Cadillac showed up, and he got into it and told him, he was like, I'm sure much worse things were probably said, but I remember he was like, "That pink Cadillac, so dumb." And I was just like, I don't know if you're having an episode right now, George, because you're so old, or if you really did meet Elvis and tell him that you hate his guts and that he ruined your movie. And then he said he went overseas, and everybody started writing him and was like, "This is the best guy ever." And he's like, "This son of a from the drive-in, are you kidding me?" And he was so pissed about it. So I was waiting for that pink Cadillac to show up. I was like, oh man, I was like, let that pink Cadillac show up just for George, baby. Oh
Right.
my God. He passed away now, but it's like literally one of my favorite stories. And so I was waiting for it. I'm like, they better have that pink Cadillac that ruined George's movie, but it looks great. It looks fantastic.
It does. It really does.
I think we all love things set in the like 50s, 60s era.
Very nostalgic.
But the way that they're doing this, it's almost like, okay, look at fun, nice, perfect little, the colors are popping and everything. And then it's slowly getting darker and darker. And I really liked that. I was like, oh, just like Elvis and his career, like it was like, oh, bright cars and bright everything. And then by the time we got to JFK assassination, Martin Luther King assassination, it was like, okay, those poppy colored cars are kind of gone now, and everything, it's kind of changing a little bit. Now his makeup is smeared and all. I liked that. I feel like that
I
was
definitely appreciated it.
Oh yeah, for sure. That was
So, as far as anticipation, and we're going to wrap it up in a minute, but what's your anticipation level after watching this trailer from not knowing that there's an Elvis movie coming out?
I'm stoked about this. And like I said, I didn't have like a huge appreciation for Elvis, but I know people that really love Elvis. But just as a story, and after watching that trailer, I'm like, where I probably would have waited longer to go see this, or maybe waited for it to come out. Like if I couldn't have time or something, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But after watching that trailer, I'm like, no, I'll make time for this. I'll make time to go see this on a big screen. I'll make time for this for sure. This
Right,
looks
because
awesome.
right, exactly. Because I made time for Queen. I mean, I saw the Freddie Mercury movie, but also too, the thing that I have a problem with some biopics, they only want to depict people in the positive ways and not highlight their negatives. And this one, it looks like they're doing both because there's no such thing as a perfect person, no matter which way you look at it. That's why I liked NWA. I liked the negative aspects at the very beginning, and then all of a sudden it just starts changing into nothing but positives.
Yes.
About their lives.
And I do think that Straight Outta Compton did change things, like
right.
when it came to that, because that is one thing with the Queen. That's my mom's jam. Like,
I love Queen.
She saw Queen open. Well, they were supposed to open for Mott the Hoople, and they ended up not showing. And so Kansas played, and my mom said a riot almost erupted. And she was like, "You don't want to see Kansas when you go to see Queen." So that's her jammy. And like I said, we appreciate Elvis, but when they had Queen saying like, "Come on, man, we're easing up on partying and you need to chill out." It's like, let's get real now. Let's get real now. And I'm assuming that maybe with everybody knowing so much about Elvis, and that's what I mean, like members of Queen are still alive and able to go like, "Hey, you want to not say I was getting crazy too still? Like, let's not." But with Elvis, I feel like we all know that he kind of had a huge downfall. And I think that he's more of I don't want to say that because he was a person, but he's more of like a myth. You know what? And I feel like it's easier to take, and it's easier to go about it with that, I feel like. And I feel like his estate and his family would still be like, "Do you want to know what?" People already know the issues that he had and the problems that he had. And honestly, it might give people a better insight now looking at it, especially opposed to back then, of what he was really dealing with, like mentally and emotionally, and not just like, he became a glutton and partied too hard. So I think that this will have a little bit more leeway and wiggle room to do negatives and not have more people going like, "Hey, don't have me look like this and don't have that look like that." So I think that's a very interesting aspect about this, is it does look like a downfall.
Me too.
And yeah,
it really does.
I'm kind of shocked by this. I really am. I'm like,
so
I didn't think this Elvis trailer was going to hit me this emotionally.
Exactly. It gave me goosebumps. I love this trailer. I think that this is going to be fantastic. I can't wait to see it. But where can everybody follow you at if they want to go ahead and follow you on your social medias and stuff like that?
I'm on YouTube at Motor City Nerds, and I come over here and hang out with John a lot, and it's a really good time, and I really appreciate him. I'm on Instagram. I'm on everything. Just go over to Motor City Nerds on YouTube or Motor City Nerds on Twitter, and you'll find all my links to everything and all that good stuff. We're learning with technology, everybody. We're all learning.
Hey, it's all good. It's a pleasure to be able to teach you, and I'm glad that you wanted to do this producer job. That I'm just thrilled that you wanted to do this.
I appreciate the opportunity. We'll see if I don't
anytime.
Over it.
Hey, you're welcome. Hey, you haven't burned down the studio yet. You're doing a great job. So
I appreciate it.
You're welcome. So, guys, if you guys want to, go ahead and follow me underneath Movie Lovers TV Lovers Unite on Facebook, underneath the same brand name on Instagram, and on Pinterest as well. And a matter of fact, forget about GoFundMe.com. Now you can buy me a coffee. As a matter of fact, buy me a coffee is basically where if you give like $5 or $10, you want to donate to us or anything like that, just to keep the lights here on at Movie Lovers Unite. Just go over to buymeacoffee.com/movie lovers, and that's how you can donate $5 to $10 over there. But we understand that the pandemic and everything else has actually put holes in people's pockets, unfortunately. But smashing that subscribe button, smashing that like button doesn't cost you anything. Also, too, commenting below doesn't cost you anything either. So show us some love. Show Abby some love on her channel. Show me some love. Just spread love all around. I sound like the beat right now, but I'm stuck in the 50s and 60s because of Elvis. But still, go ahead, spread the joy around and everything. And also, too, if you want to get an audio-only podcast of many episodes that we do here at Movie Lovers Unite, you guys can get that on all major podcast platforms. Of course, go over to Spotify and Apple Podcasts to rate us over there, and also to Good Pods. Good Pods is basically social media for podcasters or someone that likes listening to podcasts. And you can rate individual episodes. You can comment on individual episodes, and I'll comment back to you guys. It's a good way to actually communicate with our fans and followers. And in fact, speaking of followers, go ahead and follow me underneath Movie Lovers Unit on TikTok, Movie Lovers Unit 0, that is. And then, of course, on Twitter at Movie Lovers Unit over there. Then, of course, going ahead, if you're a sponsor or would like to be on the show, just email me at movieloversunite@gmail.com. And that's everywhere you can follow me at. It's always a pleasure to have you, Abby. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Always until next time. You're very welcome. And always until next time, it's been real. It's been fun. I can't wait to do this again. And bye-bye.